I'm devastated right now. I'm not even shocked. I think the most shocking part of the same shit happening by different people is that you really realize how many people out here are evil. I mean, just pure evil. You would have to be evil. You'd have to be. You'd have to be. Because I could never. I could never. And I know that this is not what Jesus wanted. Okay? I have so many emotions flowing right now. I walk in the school. I walk up to an advisor who was very helpful. I love this school. I love this school. I love this school. I'm like, hey, I need to scan this cover letter from the Department of Social Services, blah, 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 blah. And he says, well, let me see it. And I'm like, well, here you go. He looks at it and he's like, that's not it. And I said, I was so specific. I said, I was very clear as to what I needed. And he's like, yeah, they like to play like they don't know what you're looking for. So before I even turn around and pivot on my foot in the opposite direction to leave, my immediate question was like, why would the Department of Social Services not want me to go to school? They're playing footsie football with my cover letter so that I can go to school. Why would the Department of Social Services not want me to educate myself? Why would the Department of Social Services refuse to help me to help myself? Why would the Department of Social Services not want me to get educated so I could break out of poverty? Why would the Department of Social Services want to keep me enslaved in the system, ignorant? Why would the Department of Social Services fuck up my cover letter so that I can't be recognized as a North Carolina resident when they do in fact give me food stamps? And why was the college's first response, oh yeah, they know exactly what you need. It's like pulling teeth. So y'all are aware that this is a problem? I ain't the first student that's waltzed up in here and DSS has played fucking games with them all day, wasted their time, wasted their money, wasted what resources they already had as a homeless person. Why would the Department of Social Services not want me to go to college? Now, I've done made the necessary phone calls. I do have a caseworker. This person does not like me. They never have. They've worked against me to begin with. When I went into the Department of Social Services this morning, my ticket number was 102. When I filled out my proper paperwork at the kiosk, I made sure that it was right. I picked up my mail and I proceeded to wait almost an hour as they passed by my number into ticket number 162, 170. And I sat there patiently, knowing that they were ignoring me intentionally. You know, I used to get angry at stuff like this, and I'm starting to realize that you can literally be trying to help people help themselves. And if they just don't like what's on the outside or something that they've heard you say, they're just not going to like you, honey. Do you know how stupid you would have to be not to realize that I am out here trying to get educated to help other people in my exact situation, to help other people, the people, the kind of people that would be in the Department of Social Services currently with me. The lower income, the middle class, people who are already at a disadvantage in life. That's who I want to help. Do you know how stupid you would have to be working at the Department of Social Services and not realize that we are on the same fucking team? And here you are trying to inconvenience my day, inconvenience my life. And matter of fact, what you're trying to do is discourage me from taking on my dreams. You're trying to discourage me. You're hoping that all of this running will deter me and I will just give up. Well, you know what that tells me? That tells me that I'm going to achieve my dreams. That tells me that you're actually concerned. If you're putting all this effort into trying to prevent me from doing the right things, that tells me that I'm going to do it. And it's just fuel for the fire, baby. So tomorrow when I get up, the first thing I'm going to do is call the Department of Social Services and figure out who their director is. And I'm going to send them an email and I'm going to politely inform them of how difficult this process has been for me. How I've been treated for the past 2 years as I've faced homelessness, trying to escape a sexually abusive situation. I've received no help. There's been no shelter. There's been no help. And matter of fact, quite the opposite. Do you know I was on Medicaid for a year? And they flat out just never even sent me a damn card. I went by that. I wasted hundreds of dollars in gas going by the Department of Social Services to pick up mail in hopes of receiving this Medicaid card because I needed it for my Suboxone. I needed it for my medication at the time. I was paying out of pocket up to $500 a month as a homeless person just to ensure that I had that medication. And I'd call the numbers they give me and then they'd give me the fucking runaround. And after 12 months of trying to get this Medicaid card, I never got it. I didn't want to say anything about this morning and how I was treated in there, but it was very clear to me with supervisors standing around that I've never seen before that either some calls had been made by my stalkers and lies were assumed, or they've either seen my content, I don't know, but it was sketchy and it was blatant and it was clear, and it's really sad, the state of this world, the state of the West. I mean, I'm hoping the rest of the world has not completely fallen into incompetence and childish behavior, but I'm really concerned. And then when I go to the college and I have that positive experience, I have to remind myself, okay, not everybody is evil like this, Brooke. Not everybody is out here, trying to make your life harder because of whatever reason, I mean, and the reasons are endless, and I don't even care what the reason is. The intent is the concern. The evilness is the concern. The lack of, your position as a worker in the Department of Social Services is to help people. Am I wrong? Okay, so, why would you intentionally fuck up paperwork? Good thing we've already had one round of this with Julie from the clerk's office. So as you can see, shit's wild out here. Unbelievable. Now, I'm not going back to the Department of Social Services. They're going to email me what I need. So, plain and simple. But I have a lot of questions. This is maybe a topic for later on down the road. Why would the Department of Social Services not aid in me helping myself when it comes to this letter? Why would they be so hard up about giving me this letter for my school, for my residency, for my tuition, for all of these things? What is the problem? Why wouldn't you want me to get educated? And why are you making this difficult? And why was the college aware that this was already, I mean, why were they like, oh yeah, this is an issue? What is going on here? That's a genuine question before we walk in here. Why would they do that? Why would the Department of Social Services not want recipients of food stamp or anything like that? Why would they not want to aid in them going back to school? Why are they trying to keep people enslaved? Stupid. They're trying to keep them ignorant. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you know, the crazy thing is it was one of those moments where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be positive. Yeah, I've been sitting here for an hour. Yeah, they're doing this shit intentionally. But I'm just going to be positive, you know, because that's what they want. They're bullies. They're looking for a reaction, babe. They're looking for a reaction. You know, the crazy part is, let me show you this letter because it has how much food stamps I get and how much food stamps they, you know, that I don't get. So I was receiving $2.92 up until like a while back. $2.92. Now I don't know if you can live off of $2.92 a month, but I know I sure as hell can't. And especially living out of a car, groceries are more expensive. Things are more expensive because you can't buy things in bulk, which makes things cheaper to buy. If you know, you know. So, anyways, so $136, right? $136. So, first of all, what I needed was a letter stating this person receives these benefits. This is what she gets. This is how much she gets, blah, 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 blah. And it needed to have different information. What they gave me was some kind of application or something. And when I asked her, I said, so this, I said, this is for school. I said, for my residency, ma'am. I said, this looks like an application. She said, no, that's what you need. She said, it has how much you get and this and that. And I said, yes, but, you know, it was just like Julie at the clerk's office when I triple checked. Then I get to the school and they say, they're playing fucking games with you. That's what the school said. They're playing fucking games with you. They know exactly what you need, Brooke. So ask yourself, why would social services not want me to go to school? What don't I know? Do I qualify for something more or something? Do I qualify for some special grant or something? I don't know, but there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason why they make this so difficult for students who are homeless, who are on EBT, and it's the only way for them to declare their residency. Or, I don't know. I don't know. There has to be a reason. It's disgusting, though. I'll tell you that. It's disgusting. You know, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a lab experiment where they feed lab rats cocaine. That's the welfare system in America. That's the welfare system in America. What the fuck, man? Why would the Department of Social Services, riddle me this? This is a fucking genuine question. Why would the Department of Social Services not want homeless people to go back to school? Why would they make it hard to get the necessary documents? Why? I mean, I think I kind of know why, but I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. Or is it just because it's me? You think that they are singling me out? Because I don't. I mean, yeah, the workers do, but I don't. I think it's across the board from what the school said, like the way that they behaved. It doesn't sound like I'm the only student that's had this problem. Hey. Good. Well, since we got $136, I guess let's get what we need. Where's the teriyaki? I'm sorry, 2, 4, 6. I mean, you know, that whole thing about they don't realize we on the same team and we fighting for the same thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all corrupt in that, you know, maybe they're all corrupt. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you would like to think that the Department of Social Services really want to help people. That's not been my experience, honey, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the problem. You know what I mean? Because I'm fighting for equality, and if they're not, I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it in words. Anyways, I called my social worker, and I'm gonna send him a damn email too. And I'm gonna put my heart and soul in that email, respectfully. I think I've had enough time to process how they treat people, and I can do it in a very professional manner. But let it be known, like, you don't even understand. Like, you're gonna have to help me, because I'm trying to help myself. Y'all help everybody else at damn, you know. Y'all want to try one of these? I've never tried them. I kind of want something sweet. I like my gummy candies. Ooh, let's go over here. So I'll show you what I got once I get it up on the conveyor.
Need a receipt for that? All right, right there.
Beef jerky, chocolate covered peanuts, trail mix, and pretzels. Pepperonis, little beef jerky. Hey, Vanessa. It's freezing outside. Good. Y'all been busy?
I don't know, I just got here.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you don't have to work too hard on your shift.
I like working hard.
Yeah, that's true too. Look, they got the good clips. These are really good, y'all. They're like eco-friendly too. No, I just eat a lot of trail mix. Yeah, and beef jerky.
831.
All right, thank you. Oh. Thank you. You have a great one. Glass jar. Left me with $101 for the whole month. Yay! I ain't mad about it. I'm more mad about the cover letter than anything, because I just think about somebody that may not have the financial means to go back there, or maybe not the physical knowledge as to how to email them or call them. Y'all don't understand. Yeah, I'm struggling right now trying to get this shit figured out. But the fact is there's a whole lot of people that would love to go to school that can't even get what I'm doing figured out. There's people at a disadvantage more than me. That's my concern. Y'all done run me all over damn town. You know, I showed up at that Department of Social Services at like 8:45 this damn morning, didn't I? You know? I was one of the first people up in there. I didn't get out of there till like almost 11. Something like that. I waited for an hour. And then I had to talk to somebody. And then she had to call somebody. Then I had to talk to my caseworker through her. And I'm like, I want to talk to my caseworker. They wouldn't even let me talk to my caseworker. Do you hear what I'm fucking telling you? I went to the kiosk. I did what I was supposed to do. When you go to the Department of Social Services, you go. You fill out your paperwork on a kiosk. It prints out a motherfucking ticket. You get your ticket. They call, your social worker calls your name. You go in a back office and you talk to your fucking social worker. I don't even get that. And I'm about to start, you know, like I said, I'm going to handle this in the most classy, respectful way possible. But what I am going to do is, if my needs are not met for me to help myself, I'm going to make it very clear what has happened here. You get a number. I sat there and sat there and sat there, and finally I went up to someone and I said, listen, I've been here longer than anybody. I said, I've been sitting here for over like an hour. I said, my numbers done come and went, honey, 60 numbers ago. There comes a point where you realize that people are fucking with you intentionally. When you've done what you need to do, you know, there's policy and procedure when you go in there. And I did policy and procedure. And I was completely ignored until I spoke up for myself. And then I get up to the window, trying to figure out what's going on. And this woman that works back there in the mail service had completely canceled everything that I did at the kiosk. I had put in to talk to my social worker about Medicaid. I'd put in to talk about food stamps, and I'd put in for a mail order to pick up mail. Picked up a piece of mail. When after 40 minutes of waiting for them to call me for one of those things, they call me to the mail, okay? Which is downstairs, bottom floor, out in the open, where the kiosks are. So I go over, I get the mail, even though there was nobody else waiting on mail. Let me be clear. There was nobody else waiting on mail, and there was 3 people in the mailroom that worked there. Waited 40 minutes to get called to a window. Listen, there comes a point, where you're either slow in life or you're not. You know, do you have the capabilities to pick up on human behavior? I absolutely do. I can read a motherfucking room and see what's going on, and I can tell you what's going to happen. That was intentional. So I get up to the mail, then I go sit back down, and I'm patient. Thank you, Jesus. You've been blessing me lately. You really have. I'm patient, honey. I'm like, well, after that mail experience, I'm aware that everybody in the building knows that I'm here. Whew. So I'm like, I'm going to be patient. Well, they never call me for Medicaid. They never call me for food stamps. I'm like, okay. Hour passes by. They're on number 167. My number is 102. I'm like, all right. Okay. All right. So finally, I go up to Mr. Reggie, who was amazing. Go up. I'm like, hey, Mr. Reggie. He's like, you still here? Yes, honey. Can you figure out what's going on? As it just so happens, the mail lady actually canceled my whole request, everything, honey. She just deleted that shit out of the computer. Absolutely. And she even admitted it. She even admitted it. I can't wait till I get spy glasses, y'all. So I got all this shit on camera. You could have saw it for yourself if anybody wants to send me some spy glasses. I think they like $25 too. That's the sad part. I can't even afford it. So anyways, she admitted it. She said it twice. She said, yeah, I deleted the whole thing. And I said, well, I needed to talk to my social worker, food stamps and Medicaid. She's like, well, let me call. So then she calls one of them and she's like, yeah. And she's talking to them. And I said, well, I need to talk to her. And I can tell that they are pushing it off. Like they are pushing me off. They don't want to talk to me. I can tell by what is going on the phone that they are directing me not to go talk to that social worker. So then I said, I need my cover letter for school. I said, that's another reason I'm here. I said, my school sent me over. I said, they're needing documentation for, I said, I need 2 people that need documentation, the residency department and my school. 2 people. They give me this bullshit letter. I take it to the school. The school takes one gander at it. And he says, honey, they're dicking you around. And I said, yeah, they've been doing it my whole life, honey. Like, seriously. You have to ask yourself. I mean, the main question is why would the Department of Social Services not want me to go back to school? Y'all don't want to help me. So that makes me feel like a burden. So I go try to help myself and then y'all are working against me. It's concerning. I mean, you know, and now all them conspiracy theorists that say that all of these people are rats in a cage getting fed cocaine. I'm like, you know, maybe we need to venture into that a little bit more one day. Let's go to McDonald's and see what's going on in the world. It's right here. I got to potty, but we'll wait for a minute because I need to regroup. I'm just devastated. I am. You know, I was very clear. There was no fucking this up. Just like the department of the clerk's office, Julie, that messed up that paperwork in South Carolina. Y'all remember that? Look at me handling this situation so much better. Look at me. Growth. And this is pretty imperative. You know, I got to have this piece of paper to go to school, honey, to better myself, to learn. And I'm just wondering why the Department of Social Services would fight me on this. But it seems like the college was aware that this was a frequent thing. Because the first thing out of their mouth was, oh yeah, this again. Where's my computer? Also need to check my email. All 6 of them, maybe. Maybe 2. I need water. Sorry. Wow, I have a new problem. Everything's frozen. Almost. Hold on. That one's completely frozen. There we go. Alright. Where there's a will, there's a way. Just don't smash your fingers. We ain't got no Medicaid to go to the ER. Sure don't. No Medicaid. I disqualify. You know, it's not that I think I deserve it. It's that I really, like, you know, I I wouldn't take it if I wasn't trying to do better. You know what I mean? When I was on drugs, I didn't receive benefits. Like, you know what I mean? It's the first time that I've really, like, tried to better my life as far as education and circumstances, trying to get, you know, just things handled in the proper way. I'm wondering if I should connect to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you know, can I just say that mishaps like today, we'll just say it was a mishap. We'll just say it was a mishap. And even though I said 6 different times or 5 different times exactly what I needed for school, we'll just say that this yet again was just a mishap accident. We'll just say it was an accident. Okay? But I can't help but notice that time and time again, how many times have I been there this week? Twice. Both times that I was there, I was the only white person in the building. And I'm not saying that that's why these things are happening, but my gut, when I'm in there, you can feel this feeling of dislike. You can feel this feeling of they don't want you here. Like you're in the wrong. And maybe that is because of my online persona. Once again, people see my online persona and my, you know, it is who I am, but also people, they misconstrue things, you guys, and they come up with these parasocial relationships in their heads, and I don't know, like, I don't know. If I spent the whole day trying to figure other people out, I would not make it nowhere in life. But what I do know is that, yes, once again, I was the only one in there, and once again, I was the only one being ignored blatantly. I'm willing to bet I'm probably one of the only people that had their paperwork completely messed up today. And then, you know, they cut my benefits $200 almost. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but it's no coincidence. I can promise you that. None of that is a coincidence. It's just fucked up. They're supposed to be there to help people. And, you know, the crazy thing is it's like, wasn't the benefit system made to help people help themselves? Or was it made for people to live off of for decades and decades? Abusing. What is the problem with me getting a little bit of help for the next year or two? That's my main fucking concern. And how many people are at a disadvantage and will never receive help because of the treatment of these places? This is the government. Are we surprised? Because I'm not. My life looks like this because of the government. So, it's no surprise. Yeah, it's been going on. I've been saying that for a year. Nobody believes me. It's been going on, honey. Been going on. And, you know, while North Carolina was taking on all of these illegal immigrants, you know who they were hurting too? The black community. The other communities that were here before the illegal migrants came. We got more people suffering right now, and it's just crazy. And it's like, if I'm trying to go to school, what is the problem? Why are y'all making me swim against the current? Hold on. That's why, because if I'm a student, I would meet more eligibility requirements, so I would get more money in food stamps. There you go. There you go. And they just cut them with no explanation either. You got to be shitting me. Oh, they got to keep giving money to all them illegals, you know? So I would be more qualified for SNAP and EBT, or SNAP, whatever, because I'm in school. What assholes? What assholes? Why would you want me to starve? Like, literally. Why would you want me to starve? This is what I think about when we're talking about my benefits getting cut down to $130, and then knowing that if I'm enrolled in school and I'm getting FAFSA, then all of these things work in unison to help me help myself, and I would get more money. So it would probably go back up to $300 a month. Well, $290, which is still, you know, I mean, that is a good chunk. That I would say that's probably about 70% of your food costs for the month, approximately. But think about what I'm saying right now. They fucked my paperwork up. They cut my benefits. I can't even get my school stuff completed because of this. Now I'm waiting on them to either give me a phone call back or an email. I still don't have the paperwork. And if I could have just had a meeting with my social worker like I signed into the kiosk to have, then maybe these problems could have been eliminated and I wouldn't have had to spend $60 running around today. How many homeless people, when you think of like the worst of the worst of homeless, how many of those homeless people do you think has $60, a car, a computer, the resources to do this? I know that y'all see these people in public and y'all are like, get a job, go back to school, try. Well, when we fucking try, we're met with fucking walls, brick walls. I'm slamming in fucking brick walls every turn I make for the past 2 weeks. Every outlet that is there supposedly to help me has hindered me, cost me money, cost me time, wasted my time, wasted what resources I had. And the only people that have been of any help in it, if it was not for my fucking school, none of this would even be possible. They are the only people helping me right now. Whew, y'all. My confidence is coming back. Whew. All right. Let's see what's going on in the world. Y'all know what I found on YouTube last night? There's an Animal Farm movie. I don't think it's the same as the book because I'm reading the book and then I watched a little bit of the beginning of that movie. It's through Film Rise Movies. You can go watch the George Orwell's Animal Farm. It's pretty similar, but it's a little different than the book. But it's on YouTube for free if you're interested in the book that I've been reading. It looks like they're already deporting. They are. He's already, reinstated, remain in Mexico. They have people at the border, and they're doing mass deportations. I've seen several news articles this morning stating that they were boots on the ground. So it looks like he's keeping his word. The LBC is reporting that Elon Musk is either a Nazi or an idiot. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, one of the two. I concur. One of the two. Oh, everybody's like, I know that it's been good vibes, and that whole thing has kind of brought the mood down, but it seems like things are going good across the board. Let me check my email. Where's my, dang it. Can't, I'm on my phone. Well, at least I fixed my whole diploma thing, so that's fine. So it'll be sent to school. Lord have mercy. Do they have one person you can hire to help you with all of this? I wonder. Like, I think that most people would think that the college helps you with all of this, but that's not true. The college has nothing to do with the Department of Residency and FAFSA, and those are two separate whole entities in themselves. So you have 3 to 5 different departments at any time you're going to be dealing with, and paperwork and all kinds of things that they want at each department. I mean, do universities help students do all of this, or who helps people do this? Is this your parents that are supposed to help you do this? Because this is why I'm asking. This is what I'm asking. There's an app for that. There should be. That's my point. That's my point. Like, I guess it's your parents, right? I don't fucking know. My parents never helped me with shit. That's why I'm in this situation. I will say that the advisors have been fabulous, man. Any questions about any other department, they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you. It's like, wait a second, this is a little ass backwards than what I'm used to. They changed some shit this year, I guess. I don't fucking know. It ain't never been this difficult before. But also, they fucked up my residency last year too. So and I think Florida accidentally did that. It just followed me back to North Carolina. So there was a bunch of rioters that were pardoned by Trump. Yeah. There was one I saw with an interview with his daughter, and he was saying how sorry he was and how poor choices he made that day and how he shouldn't even have been there. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then I saw another guy who was like, screw the government. They've ruined my life. So I guess there was 1,500 people that were criminally charged during the January 6th riots. It was a Capitol attack. And it looks like sweeping pardons mark the beginning of the end of one of the largest investigations in the FBI's history. Melania and Trump looked so cute yesterday. Day before yesterday, Brooke. It's the 22nd now. So, you might think that I would be like, oh yeah, pardon those people. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been pardoned. But what I am saying is that they were wrong. Listen, what do I say? Don't put yourself in bad situations and bad shit won't happen. Guess where I wasn't on January 6th because I knew what was going to fucking go down. At the Capitol, honey. You couldn't have caught me dead there. You could have been like, Brooke, we'll give you $150,000. And I would have been like, hell no. Because I wouldn't have put myself in that position. Listen, everybody has the right to go protest, whatever. You know, we hate those people. Anyways, I'm joking. Don't be out here protesting, please. It's so annoying. Find better ways to fight for things. Don't be gluing yourself to Picasso paintings, okay? But I'm coming from this as I see both sides. They shouldn't have been out there, okay? Now, they have the right to freedom of speech and to protesting. It's one of those things that so many people got together and shit just got out of hand. There's several sides to this. We got Nancy Pelosi. Was it Nancy Pelosi walking people through the damn offices and shit? And then they tried to say that they like stormed the Capitol when they were actually invited in. And this is an onion. There's different times, and you know, this went on for a while. There was different spots of the different incidents, and all I know is that these guys that are getting pardoned, these people that are getting pardoned, I hope that they come out with a new look on life, a new lease. Okay, this is your chance. This is your chance. Y'all know that I do believe that presidential candidacy, it was rigged. Y'all have my, y'all, yeah, y'all, know that I agree with you on that. And it's taken me a while to get there. 4 years, over 4 years for me to say, oh, that election was probably rigged. And that's just my opinion from the evidence that we have. Video evidence, testimony, people being caught with their hand in the cookie jar. There's so many layers to that onion too, but it does look like they could have rigged that election, and there's evidence to support that. So I understand why these guys went there. I understand their frustration. Things got out of hand. And I'm glad that they're out of jail. I trust Trump in this. And if he feels like that this is the right decision, then I trust him much, much, much more than Biden. Biden is a joke. And he does everything because he's self-motivated. So Trump does not do that. Trump is for the people. He is trying to help the people. And I hope that these guys turn over a new leaf, take this opportunity to be appreciative, because this wouldn't have came if he wasn't in office. They would still be in jail. So I've seen some that said they were, grateful and they realized they made a mistake. And I've seen some that said the system and we should have never been in jail. And I think that the guy that was showcased with his daughter stating that he made poor decisions that day, that he should have never been there. He sees his priorities different now with his daughter sitting on his lap. He gets it. He grew from this experience. There's ways to do things in life, and going out to the streets and destroying things, or, listen, a lot happened that day, and they stormed that Capitol in certain areas. And listen, I don't care if Nancy or whoever, I don't care if Joe Biden himself invited people in. Shit got out of hand. Shit was being destroyed. It was a high tense, violent situation. There was officers hurt. There was civilians hurt. And it was wrong. And when BLM or whatever was burning down Minneapolis, the streets, the BLM riots, that was wrong. We should never resort to violence and destroying our own damn city that we built. That's kind of stupid, to burn down the neighborhood, bruh. But, this is not acceptable. This is not an acceptable form of protesting. and they deserve to go to jail for things getting out of hand, you know, and this is why these types of things are problematic. But I don't know, maybe not to prison for the rest of their fucking life, but definitely misdemeanor charges in some cases, and maybe some felony charges in other cases. You know, these are thousands of people we're talking about. So, you know, for those that don't know, let me talk about this guy that I knew that actually took his own life because of this situation. He was from the town that I'm sitting in right now, Madison, North Carolina, and he actually was married with 2 children, and he went with a buddy or a friend up to the Capitol, which is like 2 states away, and they rioted up there. And a couple weeks or months later, when the heat got hot, he took his own life. He was also having relationship struggles. He was scared that the FBI was going to come hunt him down, because remember, when this happened, they were looking for people who were there at the scene of the crime. He was worried. And I have no doubt that part of the reason he took his life was because of the pressure from the FBI, and what he was so concerned that they were going to take his life. You know, he was concerned they were going to put him in jail for the rest of his life, because this was a big deal at the time, because it was wrong. I see both sides. Yes, it was wrong for everybody to be running that administration like they were at the time, and for this election to be so murky. But that doesn't mean that you can go attack people, okay, and take to the streets with violence. And when I saw that video this morning of people just piling into the Capitol, I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, everybody was amped up that day. The cops were asking for it. The civilians were asking for it. You know, it was just a bad situation. And I, in my opinion, everybody was wrong that day. Everybody. The government, the citizens. The government was not doing their job. They were not handling things like they should have handled things. The media was fucking stirring the pot, honey. And you got civilians pissed, you know? So, I see all sides. I'm a peacekeeper. Look at me go. I'm a peacekeeper. You know, also, I just want to be clear that Donald Trump, immediately after the attacks, he kind of distanced himself from these attacks. And he tried to say that he didn't condone violence, and he wasn't, you know, he said that anyone who broke the law should be held accountable. So, and, you know, his narrative's changed, and people change, their opinions change, you know, but I'm going to go with my gut on this one. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. And it looks like it's made a lot of people happy. But just to be clear, everybody was in the wrong this day, in my opinion. Just because somebody does something to you does not mean that you don't have the right to go and harm other people or do something in defiance in this manner. You know, 2 rights doesn't make a wrong. Yo, I think I'm going to bed early tonight. I'm ran out. This week has took a toll on me, honey. So let me get this right. The Department of Social Services only wants to help people who don't want to help themselves, or am I confused? Or do they try to destroy everybody that's trying as hard as I am? That's why. That's why. It's just sad. Because some 18-year-old girl ain't going to realize what's going on here. You know what I mean? I realize. And it's motivation for me, honey. It's motivation. It's like, damn, if you see that in me, why don't I see that in me? And that's when things start to change for you. When you realize they're trying to destroy you. Because they know you're going to make it. And probably farther than they made it. Maui police officer Carlos Freight, 40 years old, is accused of civil rights violation and falsification. What is this? This is out of Honolulu. He was indicted today by a federal grand jury, indicting him of deprivation of civil rights and falsifying police reports on January 16th. He's been with the department for 14 years. He's over here deprived another person of their civil rights. He allegedly denied their right to be free from use of unreasonable force by using a stun gun on the individual with lethal justification. The indictment also alleges that he falsified a police incident report with the intention to the investigation on his alleged use of force. Just manipulate this paperwork. Manipulate the whole scenario. He faces up to 10 years in prison and 20 years for falsifying the report. He's looking at a 30-year prison sentence. So it looks like these charges stem from a investigation by the FBI and the Maui Police Department. Not another crooked cop. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. Damn the Bengals. Bagels? Bagels. Listen. Who is Joe Burrow? He's a quarterback. 4 men have been arrested for allegedly breaking into the Bengals? Bengals? Anybody know? Quarterback Joe Burrow's home in Ohio. They robbed him. It's another NFL player that was robbed. All of these guys are all from Chile. They're all from Chile. I can't say their names. One guy named Morales, 23, Sanchez, 22, Cabello, 38, Chavez, 24, all from Chile. They are accused of a string of burglaries targeting a multi-million-dollar homes. They were taken into custody on January 10th after they were pulled over by police on punch tools, which investigators say that are used to break windows on houses. Sanchez, who was driving when they were pulled over, said that Cabello and Morales gave the Ohio State Patrol officers fake IDs. Sanchez also did not have a valid driver's license, according to the affidavit. Sanchez was the only one with a real driver's license, which was from New York. Interesting. Sanctuary cities. According to the affidavits, they told officers that they were visiting Ohio to see the snow. We're here to see the snow. They're robbing million-dollar houses. We only want to see the snow in the nice neighborhoods. That's why we're on this side of town. So inside the vehicles, officers also found an old Louisiana State University t-shirt and a Beagles hat. Bengals? B-E-N-G-A. Bengals? Lord. Anyways, they found shirts, and they think that these items were stolen from Burrow's home in December of 24. Burrow's home in Cincinnati was broken into while he was in Texas playing an away game against Dallas Cowboys. It was part of a handful of targeted attacks. All the men are being held on a $250,000 bond. Thank God, because if this was 2 weeks ago, they would have been fed, got a good night's rest, and then released the next morning. Lord have mercy on me. How do y'all get fake IDs like that? I can't even damn enroll in school without a problem. Y'all running around with fake IDs out here? And fake paperwork, documents, social security card. Damn, I can't even damn do laundry nowadays without having to hand over my damn left kidney. And y'all can damn just get whatever you need. Just download the app at the border. Bangle. Y'all, my face and everything's so dry. I'm so nosy today. So I got everything handled for the next, 12 hours. I need to go to the grocery store, but I can't. Not with this stress. I'll fuck up what money I do have on that card, and I need to go there with a clear mind, and maybe after I get this school figured out, maybe I'll go this weekend. Maybe we can go this weekend. It really... I don't know. I'm just ready. That's all I know. I'm ready. I'm ready for school. This makes it official. Being able to hold my patience and my tongue and my emotions in this weeks that have passed, honey, has made me realize that I am past ready for this. Okay, let's see here. You know, I was looking to see if that Thomas Meska, you know, the upstate police officer that shot himself in the leg. Y'all remember that? He said that a black man shot him out the side of a Dodge Charger. It all was a lie. They said that they were going to do an investigation. He was laid off. And we haven't heard shit. So this kid, Thomas, is 27 years old. He was a highway patrolman for the state highway patrolman in New York. And he claimed he was shot by a driver on the state parkway about a mile from his home. And he was on duty at the time. And after they treated him at the hospital, there was some inconsistencies in his story. They never did find the car that allegedly shot him. And in my opinion, they're covering it up because there's supposed to be an internal investigation going on right now. Well, it's been 2, 3, 4 months, you guys, and we ain't heard nothing. And the last article was only printed in November. So what is going on? New York, why has he not been arrested? It's very clear that he shot himself. So what is going on? I think the thing that pisses me off the most is he tried to frame some innocent person, you know. What if there would have been a black Charger in the area with a black man? This person would be in jail right now, pending trial. He could have really hurt somebody. And he could have really hurt somebody. All in the name of getting benefits, honey. That's why he was doing it. His dad was a disgraced cop too, who was laid off because of cocaine. He was he was part of a cocaine ring back in the damn 80s. His father was a disgraced officer, and you would think that that these departments would look into that before they hire somebody, but apparently not. Apparently not. Did y'all see that he changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America? It's crazy. There's not a lot going on today. I'm kind of grateful for that because my head hurts and I'm about to take it. You know what I mean? I'm about to take it. Thanks, I'm trying, John. I came to the right because I guess I grew up. I guess after getting clean, I guess I grew up. I matured. I went back to my roots. I started thinking about family and community and coming together and unity and helping others and really like about that's the main reason I came to the right, because I did not align with the left anymore. I didn't want to have a girlfriend. I didn't want to be, in sex work. I didn't want to do drugs and alcohol. I'm sorry. It's not that I kind of, I do. A lot of those things are on the left. We see promiscuity on the left a lot more than the right. We see abortion on the left a lot more than the right. And people are going to vote and align with their self-motivated, I guess, with their morals, their values, and their self-motivation. And the left, I don't align with anymore. That's not what God intended, in my opinion, for the world to be. But the right ain't always right either, honey. And the right has its sketchy ass past, and the right's made its mistakes. Both sides have, even when it comes down to just, we all are sinners. We all are sinners. And we've all made poor choices in life and made mistakes. And everybody has their history. Look at the fucking Catholic Church. I don't know. Going further, I just want things to be done the right way. And I know they're not always going to be, especially when it comes to things that are completely out of my control. But I just want y'all to know who I am and why I am the way that I am. And calling out Elon for his oopsie, whatever you want to call it, it's very clear to me that this has caused a lot of problems in my life. That whole scenario, now apply that to school, apply that whole scenario of calling out Elon, knowing good and well that most of my followers are conservatives. They're on the right. I knew that we were going to disagree, but apply that scenario, me saying, hey, that's not right, in the workplace. So apply that scenario, me saying, hey, that's not right, with the Department of Social Services, like today. Apply that to me looking for work and they're trying to pimp me out of a restaurant and I'm like, whoa, that's not right. This is why I want you to just envision every time I've tried to make changes and do the right things in life, I've been hit with, this analogy, and it's caused waves and it's caused problems in my life. And I'm learning how to be agreeable without being complicit, because that's hard for me. Because I feel like if you're agreeable, you are complicit. But there's levels to that, and that's a whole different onion. It's like, Jesus, it shouldn't be this hard to get all this done. Okay, here we go. You're supposed to call out good or bad. That's the whole point. Like, for instance, let's say we got a couple and you're friends with that couple and you know that the wife of that couple is sleeping with the pastor of their church, honey. And you know this. You can see his car come and go when the husband's gone to work. And you see this. What do you do? Because I'm going to tell the husband, honey. I'm going to tell the husband. And that's going to cause me a lot of problems in life for doing the right thing. So he don't get gonorrhea herpelitis and die from the AIDS. And maybe that's not a good synopsis or scenario, but you get what I'm saying. Lord have mercy. 2 Nashville students shot. What the fuck? This shit has got to stop. At least 2 students shot at the Nashville high school. This just dropped 1 minute ago. Sorry, 1 minute ago. Antioch? Antioch high school. Where's this at? Nashville. At least 2 students were wounded. Is my phone working? All right. It looks like another student allegedly shot them in the school cafeteria. It looks like the school is on lockdown due to shots being fired inside the school building. The person that was responsible is no longer a threat, the school district said in a statement. We will be gathering students in the auditorium and we will provide information on reunification as soon as possible. What you talking about, Willis? If he's no longer a threat, I can go reunify with my mama right now. Why you got me pinned up in this auditorium? The shooter then shot himself after the incident. What a pussy. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was ugly. I'm so sorry. No details were immediately available on the conditions of the wounded students. Anatachi? And Anatochi High School is home to approximately 2,000 students in grades 9 through 12. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. The FTA is on site. Poor babies. Fucking trauma. Some kids never come back from this, y'all. As a matter of fact, there's girls. Girls sometimes get stuck in agoraphobia. They get stuck in trauma for the rest of their lives. They can't even leave the fucking house, bro. I've seen that a lot more in women than men. But this is traumatic for these kids, okay? And some of them, psychologically, it screws them up for the rest of their lives. It's not okay. It's not okay. Y'all know I love firearms, okay? I'm in support of guns, but we have a mental health problem in this country. We have a parental problem in this country. We have an education problem in this country. I'm looking to see if there's any more. This happened around 11 a.m. this morning. It looks like both of these articles were just dropped in the last 20 minutes. It looks like 3 patients were taken to the hospital, probably both the victims and then the shooter who shot himself. One student, oh wow. So one student has already passed away, was pronounced deceased upon arrival, while another was treated for a graze to the arm. A third student was taken to Vanderbilt Pediatrics to the treatment of an eye injury. It's not known how badly other students are injured. And why are these reports so conflicting? A reunification site for parents has been established at 3754 Murfreesboro Pike Road. Buses will be taking students here, including car riders. Parents needing information for reunification. Call 615-401-1712. So sad. All right. I don't understand. No, 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 no.
Some breaking news out of
It's just never ending, ain't it? So I'm seeing another report that was 3 people shot in the cafeteria. That's what I'm saying. How do you make a mistake? That is a pretty large mistake, you guys. Like when we're talking about a physical body of a human and you don't even know, you know what I mean? Just like the the body count in Western North Carolina, Katrina, those numbers, we don't even have those numbers. They've covered them up. They've swept them under the rug. There's a dash in between those numbers, and there should not be when we're talking about physical bodies that we can, grasp, hold, see. It's just crazy to me. How do you mess up a report like that? So this report says that 2 students were shot, and then the shooter turned the gun on himself. We'll probably have to wait till tomorrow to see what they say and what took place here. It's a rather large high school, 2,000 students too. It's a big high school. It's like the high school I went to. And in a situation like this, it's going to be mass hysteria because there's so many people. So many people. It's just sad. I wish these things would stop happening. It's not fair. Yeah, I know. The snow's supposed to be bad. I think that Jacksonville got snow yesterday. I could be wrong. I think that they did, though. Pretty sure they did. And Billy is like... trying to get... Why wasn't I offered grants? Why wasn't I offered more money? Why didn't they help me go to school back then? Look at this. So right here, as you see these numbers, below passing, this is GED scores, and I'm going to show you. Above a 175 to 200 is college ready. And down here it says this indicates that a student has demonstrated skills that are taught in college level courses. That means that I was already testing on a college level at 16 years old. Because look at these scores. I was scoring off the fucking charts. Double, triple digits. You know what I mean? So why was I not? I don't understand. You know, I don't understand why I didn't qualify for special grants, I was scoring off the charts. Like that's double, triple scores. You only need 145 to pass. Anything above that, you're passing. And if you pass past a 165, then that means that you're college ready. If you pass 175, that means that you should be in college and you're already learning on a college level. And if you pass past that, honey, what does that mean? I have so many questions. Me being an orphan at this time and my circumstances, living in the Department of Corrections, I'm just wondering why I have test scores this high and there was no resources for me. Especially since my mother was about to die and I was underage. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. Yeah, I know I do a lot, Ross. It's a way for me to process. Jordan, you know where I fucking got that from? Jordan. And, honestly, it's not a bad habit to have, to be able to bounce questions off of your internal monologue, your subconscious in a way. It's how I process. For me, it goes to show that I have been swimming against the current my whole damn life. Because, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. An average score is 470. Do you hear me? An average score across the board is 470. My test score was 2,350. I don't get it. So, whatever. I guess that's a new number, too. They have a new way of doing this, too. Mine are old numbers. Mine are 2002 numbers. Because that's the test that I would have taken. So, it's just crazy. It's just not fair. And I wonder how many other people out there, had good test scores like that and are homeless too. And that's what No Child Left Behind has to offer children in the system. You just get pushed through, and when you got great numbers, those are overlooked. When really, you should have had endless opportunities and grants and scholarships. And I guess because, you don't go through the same outlets as to go to like university, you're just forgotten. A minimum passing score is an average of 450 for all 5 tests. And my score was 2,350. My worst subject was math, and I scored a 510 on that. That's wild. Is my worst subject math? Or have I just forgotten what I knew back then? Because those outlets have not been, I haven't been honing in on it. I haven't been sharpening those, skills. Honestly, it makes me sad for baby Brooke. But it gives me inspiration, and it's given me fire to continue. It kind of just confirms what my grandma told me. She ain't lied to me yet. She never did. So, I'm about to go to bed, y'all. No doubt. I'm about to run up in this McDonald's, use the bathroom, and then I'm out this piece. I'm going to the mountain. I'm going to try not to stress. I've made the phone calls. I've sent the emails to the Department of Social Services to get this fixed. We'll just say that they made another oopsie. We'll just say they made a oopsie, okay? That's what we're going to say from now on when people don't know how to do their jobs, or either they're intentionally trying to deter me from my path to greatness, okay? That's what we'll call it from now on. They made a oopsie. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe out there and pray for me, because God knows I need it. And I hope y'all have a great night. Be safe. God bless. And we will talk tomorrow. Don't let anybody deter you from living your dreams. And you fight. You fight like fucking hell. And life is hard. You better stay on top, or it's gonna bust you in the ass. Who was that? Limp Bizkit? I think so. Bye.